found in you. Love one another, yeah, love one another, that's what we'll do. Love one another with a love like no other that we found in you. Love one another, yeah, love one another, that's what we'll do. We're alive to love one another. We're alive with love like no other. We're alive, we're sisters and brothers. We're alive to love one another.
Come on, campers, let's get a move on. Welcome to Story Lab. This week, we're taking a look at the story of someone we want to follow really closely. Come on, let's go! Early snack break?
Told me to bring a banana. Oh.
Hey, I'm Skylar.
And I'm Sebastian.
This summer, we're talking about what it looks like to live like Jesus.
And we're getting ready to help with STEAM Camp.
Just practicing.
To be clear, this is not STEAM Train Camp. STEAM Camp is all about science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
So many amazingly awesome activities to set up.
I mean, with all this awesomeness to come, I feel like we should look a little more awesome.
What'd you have in mind?
Well, what's a camp without tie-dye shirts?
I see your tie-dye. I raise you, ice dye.
What? Let's make it.
For today's experiment, we're creating extraordinary shirts.
Using ice.
Step 1, soak a clean shirt in water, then wring out all of the water.
Which we've already done.
Which brings us to step 2. Place your shirt on a wire rack, then scrunch it up into a tight mound.
Super tight.
Then use rubber bands to keep it in place. Don't even think about it.
Okay, step 3, cover your shirt completely with ice. This ice is pretty cold.
It's frozen water. What do you expect? Now is the fun part. Step 4, sprinkle different colored dyes over the ice in any pattern you want.
But unless you want a muddy looking shirt, try not to layer colors.
Like blue and orange.
Or purple and yellow. Okay, so now what?
Step 5, set the shirt over a tub and let the ice melt. As it melts, it will transfer the dye to the shirt in really cool patterns.
All the excitement of watching paint dry.
If the ice melts fast, then the shirt needs to be sealed in a plastic bag for about 6 to 8 hours.
Hours? Well, I guess that gives us plenty of time for
The story before the story.
Today we're in the book of Philippians.
the Apostle Paul visited Philippi following a vision from God.
There, Paul started a brand new church.
Paul and his friend Silas were thrown into prison for talking about Jesus, but freed after God sent an earthquake.
Though Paul left the city soon after, the Philippian church continued to support him,
Later, while imprisoned again, Paul sent them a letter.
which is where our story starts.
Take it away.
Hey everyone, I'm Padma. Paul wrote his letter to the Philippians because he had a deep desire to see them become even more like Jesus. Paul gave the Philippians this incredible wisdom for how to treat each other.
As you deal with one another, you should think and act as Jesus did.
As you deal with one another, you should think and act as Jesus did. Wow. Paul said that our work is to think what Jesus would think and do what Jesus would do. I mean, where do we even start with such an epic quest? Paul went on to explain.
In his very nature, he was God. Jesus was equal with God, but Jesus didn't take advantage of that fact. Instead, he made himself nothing. He did this by taking on the nature of a servant. He was made just like human beings. He appeared as a man.
Think Think about it. Jesus is God's son. And with every bit of God's power, God created everything from the farthest galaxies to the tiniest microbe, all through Jesus. Paul wrote in Colossians that Jesus actually holds everything together. Mind blown. But Jesus chose to set all of that aside to take on the limits of a human being. He chose to walk hundreds of miles from town to town on his own sore feet. Jesus chose to get hungry and thirsty, to become exhausted after long days of clamoring crowds, to be misunderstood and face ridicule. Jesus humbled himself. He put others, everyone, ahead of his own needs and wants. Paul wrote,
He was humble and obeyed God completely. He did this even though it led to his death. Even worse, he died on a cross.
Jesus gave up his own life to take the consequences of our sin, of the wrong things that we've done. And when Jesus returned to life, he made it possible for us to be restored to relationship and live forever with God. Whew! With all of that in mind, living like Jesus can seem, well, impossible. You promise yourself that today is the day you won't fight with your sibling, but then,
I can't believe you did that.
yeah, we all know how that goes. But here's the amazing thing. God knows that we can't just try harder and automatically and think and act like Jesus. Learning to live like Jesus takes a lifetime, but you can start or restart the journey anytime. The first step is simply to choose to follow Jesus, to tell God that you want to turn away from living for yourself and start living like Jesus. But you can't live like Jesus until you know Jesus. That means spending time with him. The best place to start is by discovering the amazing things Jesus did. You can read or listen to the stories of Jesus' life in the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. You can also spend time with Jesus simply by taking a few minutes each day to sit quietly, breathe deep, and ask Jesus to be with you and talk with you. You probably won't hear an out loud voice, but Jesus may give you a sense of peace or a picture or even a verse or phrase. Not sure if what you just heard is Jesus? Well, if it's wiser or kinder than what you would usually do, it's probably Jesus. You can also spend time with Jesus when you gather with friends who love him too. Jesus said that when people are gathered together, talking and thinking about him, he's there in a special way. When you spend time with Jesus, you won't have to try harder to act like him. Instead, over time, you will become more and more like Jesus on the inside. As you allow God's Spirit to work through you, it will become easier and more natural to act like Jesus as you respond to others. You'll become more peaceful, encouraging, accepting, forgiving, and caring. And little by little, you'll start to live like Jesus, just as Paul reminded the Philippians. As you deal with one another, you should think and act as Jesus did. The end.
That totally reminds me of this bracelet my mom had back in high school.
WWJD?
It stands for, What Would Jesus Do?
Well, it may be old school, but it's not a bad place to start.
So, what's our part in the story?
Our part is super simple, but definitely not super easy. Live like Jesus.
So, what would Jesus do?
The answer to that question is always love God and love others.
But that can look different in every situation.
That's true. That's why it's so important for us to start by getting to know Jesus and spending time with him. You know what happens when you start hanging out with someone a lot?
Oh, you start to say the same stuff.
You might start to like the same things or even get the same ideas.
Exactly. That's what happens when you spend time getting to know Jesus. You start to think and act more like Jesus.
And you don't have to do it on your own.
That's right. When we stay connected to Jesus, God can actually work inside of us to change the world around us.
Sounds like a win-win to me.
Me too.
Me three.
You did not just say that.
For real.
See you next time.
So here's the thing. Live like Jesus.
The more time you spend with Jesus, the more God can work through you.
To color the world around you.
Speaking of color, are the shirts done yet?
Not even close. But the ones I did yesterday are finished.
These are incredible.
I suddenly feel like eating rainbow sherbet.
Camp mode activated.
Thanks for joining us in the Story Lab.
See you next time.
Do you want to ice dye some bandanas too?
Of course. Let's go.
Dear Brandon, camp is fun, but I really miss you. It's hard being at camp. They make us wake up early and play games all day. It's I'm tired. But it's also fun. It'd be more fun if you were here with me. You would love the water balloon fights and the hot dogs. I packed some of each in my suitcase to bring home to you as a souvenir.
I'm right here.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just practicing for when I'm actually at camp. You know?
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, you do know that you can't pack hot dogs and water balloons in a suitcase, right?
Of course. Yeah. Why not? Hey everybody, I'm John.
I'm Brandon.
And you're watching a very poor attempt at closing a suitcase.
Hey.
I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. Yes, you're watching the So-and-So show.
Seriously, just zip it up.
I tried. Oh, your feet. I tried already.
I can't find it. There it is.
No. No.
Fine.
Why? Whoa. Why did you pack so much stuff anyway? Isn't this just a one-week camp?
Yes.
You want me to help you narrow it down? I'm very good at purging stuff.
Really, I always took you as more of a hoarder.
Oh, when I run out of space or I'm stressed, I just throw anything away.
Okay, you can help, but just don't actually throw any of my stuff away.
Of course not.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah, it means like you can keep a secret. Like, I promise I won't tell anyone. I promise I won't throw stuff away.
You amaze me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, your suitcase.
Right.
Oh, well, look, this is easy. You don't wear hats. I mean, why would you ever want to pack these?
No.
No, what's wrong with you?
No, look, okay, fine. Here, see? I actually packed a few extra things for camp because I want to make sure I have all the options that Camp Brandon might want to wear.
Camp Brandon?
Yeah, Camp Brandon.
Is Camp Brandon different than regular Brandon?
Well, yeah. At camp, you can be anyone you want for a whole week. It's the ultimate chance to recreate yourself. You can be someone cooler and smarter and better. Camp Brandon. The options are endless.
Yeah. A soccer jersey? You don't even like soccer. What is Camp Brandon trying to be me?
No, he's just cooler than me.
Well, yeah, I agree. Me and Camp Brandon have a lot in common. Boom.
Like I said, I just want to have options.
What is... Oh. Do you even know how to yo-yo?
Oh, no. Not yet.
Cool. Let's put that anywhere. What is this? A peanut butter and banana sandwich. I thought you were allergic to bananas.
Camp Brandon is a totally different person. Aren't you listening?
Why, though?
Why? Because bananas are cool, man. Everyone eats them. They're cheap. They're sweet. They're really fun to eat. At least that's what kids in the 4th grade used to chant at me.
No, I don't mean why the bananas, though now I'm a little concerned about you. I mean, why be a different person at camp?
Because I want to be cool. I'm always just me. Wouldn't it be awesome to be someone else for a week? Someone cool,
Oh, well, trumpets are pretty cool.
right? Yeah. Oh, well, Camp Brandon will know how to play it.
Will he?
Yeah, yes, are you listening? He's different.
Okay, but he's also still you, right? I mean, maybe the trumpet's a good one to take out, to save some space.
No. We'll get rid of this thing. We'll get rid of these.
Wait,
We'll get rid of
the
these.
shoes,
Here's
those
the
are
shirt.
things you
I don't need
actually
this shirt.
need, Brandon.
Look, Camp Brandon is not going to need them.
Oh, boy, I don't know.
Just zip up the suitcase.
Okay, okay.
No, my
fine,
penguin.
fine. No, oh, that's fine. Oh, the bear head. Oh, the shower cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, here
Zip
we
it.
go. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to ask someone to help us with this whole situation.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
It's Bible story time.
With who?
Hey guys,
Hey.
Hi.
you doing all right?
I just want to be cool at camp. And if I'm just regular old me, then I won't be any more cool at camp than I am anywhere else. Maybe I just need a bigger suitcase.
No.
I think today's Bible story might help you out. Shall we?
Yeah, good idea.
Take it away.
Thanks. So, today's verses are from the book of Philippians. Philippians is a letter the Apostle Paul wrote to the church in Philippi. In the 2nd chapter, verse 5, Paul wrote, "As you deal with one another, you should think and act as Jesus did." Paul didn't give them this huge list of rules to follow perfectly. He wrote to simply live like Jesus. Paul went on to describe what Jesus was like. Jesus was humble. Even though Jesus was God, he made himself like a servant. He obeyed God completely, giving up his life and dying for us. That's how much he trusted God and how much he loves us. Jesus was humble, had the heart of a servant, and he was full of love.
Did you say humble?
Yes.
Oh, I am so good at being humble. Like the best.
That doesn't sound like humility to me, which is actually very helpful. Please welcome Becky and Bathilda. So, if we're gonna think and act like Jesus, one thing we need to be is humble. Being humble means we don't think of ourselves as better than other people. It doesn't mean we have to think less of ourselves. It just means we don't think about ourselves all the time. Let's see if Becky and Bathilda can be humble in everyday life.
97! Read it and weep, losers! Oh, Ben! Are you serious? You got a B? Better study more next time if you want to keep up. 97. Whoop, whoop, whoop! Go me! I'm amazing! I'm the smartest! Read and weep! Bye-bye! Becky!
I think we get the picture. Definitely not humble. Let's see how Becky handles a similar situation.
97! Yes! That test was so hard, right? Allison, are you okay? Well, 85? That's a great score! Way to go! We should totally study together next time.
That was a great example of humility. Becky celebrated her success on the test, which is awesome to do, but she was humble too. She didn't brag about her grade or think she was better than her friend. How about we move to another quality? Paul described Jesus as being like a servant. Jesus served others throughout his life by listening to people, healing those who were sick, and feeding the hungry. He gave his time and energy to serving others rather than himself. Let's take a look at what it could look like to have the heart of a servant.
Yes! School is out! I cannot wait to hang out with my friends. Oh. Miss Adams, do you want me to help? I don't mind helping cleaning up. No, it's okay. I can just hang out with my friends a little bit later. Totally fine. Oh, that's okay. Try again. This is shoots. She scores! And the crowd goes wild. Hi. How did you get down here? Bye, Miss Adams. I hope you have a great rest of your afternoon. Yes.
Oh, man, this place is a wreck. Teacher! Why is your room so messy? I mean, come on! It's disgusting in here. Oh, freedom! See ya!
That was enlightening. Becky lived like Jesus in that moment. She was servant-hearted in how she helped her teacher clean before going to hang out with her friends. And Bathilda, well, you saw it. Not only did she not help solve the problem, but she complained and added to the mess. Wow, just look at the difference. It's amazing that even though Jesus was God, he still acted as a servant on earth. Why would he do that, you ask? Well, because Jesus loves us. Paul encouraged the Philippians in his letter to love one another with the same love they'd experienced from Jesus. He describes Jesus' love as gentle and comforting. Let's give Becky and Bathilda one more shot and see if they can love like Jesus. Becky's brother just found out he didn't make the soccer team, and he's taking it pretty hard.
He is going to love seeing all these pictures of him winning last year's soccer tournament. Okay. Dear Ezra, I'm sorry you didn't make the team you wanted. It makes sense that you're sad. That would be really hard. You're an amazing soccer player, and I know you'll have fun on whichever team you play for. I'll be on the sidelines cheering for you no matter what. Love, Becky. Ezra, can you come to the kitchen, please? I've got something for you.
Wow, Becky loved her brother so well. Her letter was both comforting and encouraging. Now, it's Bathilda's turn. Her mom just had a tough day at work, and she's feeling overwhelmed making dinner.
This show is the best. Mom, I told you I'm busy. I'll help you later. If I feel like it. You know I don't like cooking. Leave me alone and tell me when dinner's ready. I'm starving. I'm grounded?
Okay, first of all, it's never okay to talk to your parents like that. That was a perfect example of not loving like Jesus. Bathilda was mean to her mom and only cared about herself. I'm hoping one day Bathilda will realize how important it is to live like Jesus. When we do that, it shows other people what Jesus was like, and it lets them experience his love just like we do. Remember what Paul wrote. As you deal with one another, you should think and act as Jesus did. The end.
Thanks. You know what? Jesus is amazing. Can you imagine what the world would be like if we all lived like he did?
He set an example. And when we put our faith in him, he sends the Holy Spirit to live in us. We aren't perfect, so we can't live like him all on our own. But he is faithful to fill us with his love and wisdom, and we can always ask him to help us too.
So, when you say we should think and act like Jesus, you mean I should really be trying to be Jesus at camp next week? That's perfect. What would Jesus wear? I don't think I have any Roman Empire tunics or anything like that. I have sandals.
I don't think you can be the actual Jesus. God created each of us wonderfully and uniquely, and it's important to be ourselves. But you can live like Jesus while still being you. Each of us will love and serve others in ways that look a little different because we each have different strengths and passions. You can play to the way God made you while living like Jesus did.
That makes sense.
Glad I could help. Have fun at camp.
Thanks.
Well, now that we've solved the whole how to be Camp Brandon question, I think we can move on to a better question.
Okay.
Reveal the question! How can we live like Jesus?
Oh, that is a better question.
Yeah.
Maybe it's taking the time to help someone, like how Becky cleaned up her classroom.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe saying hi to the new kid at church. You know, something that simple can be really loving.
Jesus gave up his life for us. Now we get to give our lives to him and live like he did.
Yeah. So talk it out, and we'll see you next time. I'm John.
I'm Brandon, and this was the So-and-So Show. What is that?
It's a new dance move. It's called This Was the So-and-So. This was the So-and-So.
Am I doing it right?
Nope. Okay, yo-yo.
Yes.
It's very simple.
I don't need, okay, go ahead.
Ready? Just like that. There you go, yeah. Let me see you do it. Okay, yeah, let's move on.
My mic.
It's a neck pillow.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I
can't remember why we brought the penguin.
Fly away.
They don't.
Right.
You want a bite?
Yes, I do actually. You're allergic though, right?
Yes.
So I can have this?
You can.
You sure?
You can eat the whole thing.
Oh man. That's good banana. It's thick. It's stuck.